I don't believe that's gonna happen, but if they say it's gonna happen, I guess so. But
Why you don't think it's gonna happen?
I just think it's all bluff. I think they're just putting the string out there to see if it'll do well, which I think the fight will do extremely well. But I think
it ain't ruined Canelo legacy when he moved up and tried to fight Bivol and he lost.
Yeah.
He moved up and tried to be great. And he lost. You know, so it ain't gonna ruin Crawford legacy. And he that's a win-win for him. For sure, but I think he's going to win the fight for sure.
In the world of boxing, few names command respect on both sides of the pound-for-pound debate like Terence, but Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. But as the idea of a super fight between them brews, some voices are speaking louder than others, and Robert Garcia is one of them. While acknowledging both fighters' greatness, Garcia believes Crawford has what it takes to beat Canelo, and he's not the only one with strong opinions. From elite trainers to rising stars and legends of the game, this potential fight has sparked intense discussions. Let's break down what's being said and why some believe Bud has the edge. Robert Garcia starts with honesty, saying he doesn't know Canelo well, but he spent more time around Crawford, and that time, that familiarity, shapes his belief. He admits he'd be happier to see Crawford win, and you can sense it's deeper than just preference. Garcia has watched Crawford develop, seen him evolve firsthand, and recognizes a journey. This isn't about fanboy favoritism, it's about a deep understanding of Bud's work ethic, attitude, and progression. Garcia's statement is emotional and informed, and it comes from someone who's seen great fighters rise and fall.
I see Canelo winning, and I'm not, you know, I don't know Canelo very well. I'll say hi to him if I see him. He'll say hi to me too, but we're not friends. You know, I could probably say I've spent more time with Crawford, so I would love to see Crawford pull it off. I would be more happy to see Crawford win.
Garcia continues by sharing a personal connection to Crawford's beginnings. He reveals that when Top Rank was deciding whether to sign Crawford, he and his brother Mikey both vouched for him. This isn't casual support, this is deep-rooted belief from day one. Garcia emphasizes Crawford's natural talent and explosive potential, showing he saw greatness in him early on. That kind of insider knowledge adds weight to Garcia's faith that Crawford could beat Canelo. To Garcia, Crawford isn't just another fighter, he's someone he's backed from the start, and that loyalty is backed by years of watching him prove doubters wrong.
I see Canelo trying to walk Bud down, walk him into some shots, and I just feel like, you know, Canelo probably gonna be walking into a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Johnson adds that this fight is win-win for Crawford. He brings up how Canelo's loss to Bivol didn't hurt his legacy, and the same would apply here for Crawford. If Bud loses, he lost moving up 2 weight classes. But if he wins, he changes history. Johnson's quote gets to the heart of what makes this matchup so compelling. All the pressure is on Canelo. For Crawford, it's legacy without risk. And if he pulls off the upset, it cements him as one of the greatest of all time. The stakes are high, but the risk-to-reward ratio is all in Bud's favor.
It ain't ruined Canelo legacy when he moved up and tried to fight Bivol and he lost.
Yeah.
He moved up and tried to be great. And he lost. You know, so it ain't gonna ruin Crawford legacy. And he that's a win-win for him. For sure, but I think he's gonna win the fight for sure.
Staying with Johnson, he notes the money factor. Even if Crawford doesn't win, the payday makes it worth the risk. This highlights a different layer of the fight. Economics. In boxing, legacy and business often collide. Johnson suggests that even skeptics would have to admit Bud's taking a smart financial step. It's not just about the title or glory, it's about timing. Bud has cleaned out 147, and this is the biggest, most lucrative opportunity available. For many, that's reason enough to step in the ring with a bigger man, even if the odds are stacked.
Or if he takes that fight and loses, people are going to be like,
I think it's a win-win because he's getting a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
Abel Sanchez provides a stark contrast, calling the fight ridiculous and saying Crawford is too small. Sanchez doesn't just doubt Bud's size, he puts it plainly. Canelo is a face of boxing, and Crawford doesn't belong in the same physical class. He compares it to Golovkin versus Kell Brook, suggesting Crawford might flash early speed, but ultimately get overpowered. This quote represents a traditionalist viewpoint, that size and strength always win. It's a grounded, experience-based opinion. For Sanchez, even Crawford's elite skills can't overcome what he sees as a fundamental mismatch in natural weight and durability.
I think it's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed will, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight, but as the fight goes on, Canelo's going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round.
Sanchez continues, acknowledging Crawford's talent, but emphasizing that anything Canelo lands will hurt. He predicts Bud's speed will give Canelo problems early on, but that won't last. He sees Canelo's power eventually catching up to Crawford. This frames the fight as one with two distinct phases. Early success for Bud, followed by relentless pressure from Canelo. Sanchez is painting a grim picture, one where skill gives way to size. He's not underestimating Crawford's heart, but he's blunt. In his mind, Canelo's power and experience make the outcome inevitable once the early flash fades.
Absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter.
Sanchez references Crawford's previous opponent Majimov, presumably a misspeak or reference to a lesser-known fighter, noting that weight already impacted Bud's performance. He suggests that trying to move up to 168, regardless of how well Bud prepares, just isn't viable. This speaks to one of the core doubts around the fight. Even if Bud can bulk up, will it be functional weight? Sanchez doesn't think so. For him, the number on the scale won't change the fact that Bud's body isn't built for the kind of pressure Canelo brings at 168.
54 when he fought Majimov in his last fight showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level, 168. It's going to make a difference.
Abel Sanchez delivers one of the most brutal assessments in the entire debate. He gives Crawford only a 5 to 10% chance to win, unless, as he puts it, Canelo grows to be 100 years old. He doesn't see any realistic way Bud wins. This isn't disrespect, this is sheer confidence in the power of natural weight and proven dominance. To Sanchez, the matchup is borderline unfair. His quote is a wake-up call to fans who might be seduced by Crawford's speed and slickness. In the eyes of a veteran trainer, it's not even close.
0% chance.
It's a 95 to 5 chance of Crawford winning, unless Canelo all of a sudden has grows to be 100 years old. No, I don't see that happening.
Tadalt brings up an interesting argument about ring IQ and experience. He says Canelo knows everything Crawford knows, but better, because he's learned it on the job. He argues that Crawford might be the Batman of boxing IQ, but Canelo is Tony Stark, smarter, battle-tested, and with better tools. This metaphor speaks to the core of the matchup, raw intelligence versus seasoned experience. Tadalt doesn't dismiss Crawford's brilliance, but believes Canelo's seen more, learned more, and can adapt faster. It's a compelling angle, reminding us that while IQ matters, how it's applied under fire matters more.
Canelo knows more than Crawford in the ring because he did it. He has better on-the-job experience than Crawford. When it comes to IQ, it may be Canelo who's the IQ fighter. And I'm trying to let you guys know, on-the-job experience counts. Canelo got better experience at this than Crawford. Crawford, on the other hand, is a better athlete.
Tadal continues building his case for Canelo's superiority, claiming that everything Crawford knows, Canelo knows better and not in theory, but through direct experience. He frames the difference between them as resume-based, comparing their opponents and track records. While Crawford is hailed for having elite ring IQ, Tadalt argues that Canelo's on-the-job learning has refined his instincts beyond what Crawford has faced. This is a nuanced point that leans on the importance of high-level experience. Tadalt believes Crawford's knowledge is elite, but Canelo's is practical and proven learned in real wars with champions, not just theoretical skill.
What I'm saying is everything Crawford knows, Canelo knows, and he knows it on the job better than Crawford because his resume is better. So, hey, Crawford got the Batman IQ. Well, he's going up against Tony Stark. Canelo ain't drooly, dumb, and Crawford is the skillful, knowledgeable.
Hackett enters the conversation with a more balanced tone. He's a fan of Bud, respects him greatly, but doesn't see him winning at 168. While Hackett doesn't outright dismiss Crawford, he says the size, weight, and physical differences will force hesitation. This is key. He suggests that Crawford won't be himself. He'll feel strong, yes, but not fluid or comfortable. That slight hesitation could make the difference in exchanges against someone as aggressive and composed as Canelo. It's a psychological edge that favors the bigger man. Hackett leaves the door open, but only just.
I mean, I can't say what a man can't do. You know what I mean? But do I see that happening? Yeah. No, I don't see it happening. But if he believe it, hey, I mean, I want to see.
Who would you favor in that fight? You like Bud by decision?
Slight edge to Canelo.
Hackett continues his thought, emphasizing that Bud will feel strong and fast, but he'll second-guess himself. That's deadly at the highest level. Against someone like Canelo, who thrives on punishing mistakes and exploiting doubt, any delay can be the start of a downfall. Hackett's insight cuts to the psychological layer of this fight. It's not just about who hits harder or moves faster, but about who trusts themselves more in the moment. He believes Bud might not fully commit at 168, and that mental hesitation will give Canelo the opening he needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Bud. I'm a fan of Bud. I think Bud is a great fighter, but I just think 68 is gonna make him a little bit hesitant. He gonna feel good. He gonna be strong. He gonna have some good speed, but I think he's just gonna be a little bit hesitant. He won't pull the trigger right away.
Lonnie B offers a skeptical take on the fight itself, questioning if it will even happen. He believes the matchup may be a bluff, floated to gauge fan interest. His instincts are telling him this is more promotion than reality. But even while doubting the fight's likelihood, he does admit one thing: it would be a huge event. This viewpoint reflects a larger truth in boxing. Super fights are often used to stir buzz and media cycles, even if negotiations never reach fruition. Still, the hype and debate prove how magnetic this matchup would be if made.
I don't believe that's gonna happen, but if they say it's gonna happen, I guess so. But
why you don't think it's gonna happen?
I just think it's all bluff. I think they're just putting the string out there to see if it'll do well, which I think the fight will do extremely well. But I think
he breaks it down simply: while a great small man can beat a good big man, a great big man like Canelo holds the advantage. In his view, Crawford is exceptional, but he's also a smaller man going into a bigger man's world. Lonnie respects Crawford's skill, but he doesn't think it'll be enough to overcome the physicality, pressure, and power of a fully matured super middleweight. This echoes the sentiment of many insiders. Bud might have the edge in skill, but physics could be the final deciding factor.
Like Crawford got skills, but I think size matter in boxing. I think a great big man always beats a great small man.
The potential matchup between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has ignited one of the most fascinating debates in modern boxing. On one side, Robert Garcia and others see Crawford as the slick, intelligent technician who could shock the world. On the other, trainers like Sanchez and fighters like Lonnie B point to the harsh realities of weight, power, and experience. Some believe Crawford's IQ and timing will allow him to outbox the bigger man. Others see it as a physical mismatch from the start. What's undeniable is that this isn't just a fight, it's a statement. If Crawford wins, he defies boxing's most sacred belief: that size rules. If Canelo wins, he reaffirms his place as the undisputed face of the sport. Either way, this clash isn't about belts, it's about belief, and that's why the world wants it so badly. If you're tired of the fluff and want real boxing analysis, then hit subscribe right now and become part of the sharpest fight fam on YouTube, Boxy Hub. Like this video, drop your prediction in the comments and tell us, is Crawford's skill enough to dethrone Canelo? Or does size still reign supreme in the sweet science? We break the narratives. We challenge the hype. This is Boxy Hub, where real fans come to talk real fights. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, keep your guard up.